Now, in most cases, your print will look just fine, but it really depends on how picky you are and how, dead on close do you want to get. My prints come out very, very close color-wise, but in most cases, my printer, for whatever reason, and it could be the calibration of my monitor or the ambient light that I'm working in or whatever, it usually prints about 20% darker than what I see on screen. The color looks real good. The color looks great, but it always prints a little darker. So what I find myself doing, it's such an easy fix, is basically I go to the layers palette. I duplicate the layer. I change the mode from normal to screen, and then I lower the opacity to 20%. So it may look a little bit too bright on screen, but when it prints just right on the money. The color's right, the brightness is right, it's all right. Now, so what if you have this problem, and then on top of it you have another problem? Let's say that the problem is that you have a color cast of some sort. So now you fix the darkness problem, but the whole photo looks too red or too blue or whatever. Here's an easy way to go adjust that. Go into the image menu, under adjustments, and choose color balance. Now, even if you've never used color balance, this is an easy way to do it. And of course, you could go, if you're really comfortable with curves and you want to go ahead and do all that stuff, that's fine. This is just a kind of a quick and easy way to fix things, and I'll show you why it's nice the way it works. So let's say that your image winds up printing a little bit too red. Okay, just too red. Then you can go in here to color balance, grab the slider up top, and you can see one side will be dragging you towards red. It'll be adding red. One side will be doing the opposite of red, adding cyan. So what you can do is just drag a little towards cyan. Let's say that we go to -10 and print yourself a test print and see how that looks. Now, it may look a little too blue on screen. In fact, this one does look, and you can see if you really drag it, you're going to get some major cyan in there. But maybe try maybe a 20. Maybe go -20 and print yourself a test print, and you'll know right away. So let's see that you print a test print, and you go, well, geez, that -20 made it a little bit too blue, so you split the difference and try a -10 or a -15. So let's just say that you do a couple of tests and you find out, that worked. That the 20% brighter, and I'm not suggesting that your printer will be 20% brighter. Your printer might be right on the money. Just giving you some scenarios of what you can do just in case you have that problem. So you could do those two steps. Now, so you're going to have to do this every time you print? Heck no. Here's what you're going to do. Let's revert this. So we're back to where we started. Let's go to the layers palette. The actions palette. Let's create a brand new action. We're going to call this action prepare for print. All right. And we can assign it to an F key or whatever you want. And we'll hit record. So what we're going to do is we know that our printer prints, we'll say that your printer prints 15% too dark. So we'll go to screen and we'll pump up the lightness by about 15%. All right. And at this point, you can even flatten, make the file smaller. It doesn't really matter. Now let's go image adjustments, go to color balance, and let's say that you found out that yours prints a little too, let's say it doesn't have enough red in it. It doesn't, so you want to bump up the color by, say, 8. In the midtones, which is kind of the basic one where, you can adjust the highlights and the shadows if you want, but the midtones usually pretty much does the job. So let's say that you found it needs a little more red and a little more yellow. So let's just come up with these two. Let's go. So you'll go towards yellow. All right, maybe like that. And you found out that, it looks kind of funky on screen, but when it prints, it looks good. Then you click OK. Now, the Actions palette has been recording all of that in the exact sequence. So now you just hit stop, and you've got a thing that will automatically prepare your image for print. So you just work as regular, get it looking as good as you can on screen. All right. And then right before you go to print, you go over here to your Actions palette, you click on prepare for print, you hit this, boom, it's ready for print. It's now 20% brighter, and it has your little red tweak and your magenta tweak to make the image look just right. All right. And then that's it. It's just as easy as can be. So you can build a very, very easy, quick fix into every one of these. So basically, that's the scoop. Now, what we're going to do in the final segment that is coming up next is we're going to take you through the whole process. We're going to go back to the sunglasses photos. Remember those? A long time ago, weren't they? And we're going to just open one or two of them and run through the whole workflow. And I'm going to take you through how we fix some little problems and things and go all the way through the whole process from beginning to end. And you'll see it all done and put together in one cohesive way. And when you see it all put together that way, now that you've practiced this stuff and you've worked along with me, I think you're going to find it a very, very quick and easy workflow to use. Now, remember, we've spent a lot of time learning all this, but now we actually get to put it to practice.